All right. We hope that you guys are having an amazing week. But we got a couple things that we want to tell you guys. And the first one is the Middle School Blowout Bash 2021. This is going to be a 2-hour event that has as much fun as possible that you can fit into 2 hours.
Yeah, if you're a middle schooler, hey, come. When is it? When's the date?
I think it's no, it's not. I think I know. I know for a fact that it is Friday, February 12th.
The 12th. February.
The 12th. So 2 weeks. So not this next Friday.
2 weeks.
The next Friday.
Next week.
Yes,
not
2021.
Next week, the week after.
Yeah. 2021. It's going to begin at 7 o'clock to 9. So be here by 6:50, and then right
PM
at 7
PM?
PM. That's a PM. So 7 p.m. Friday, February 12th, 2021. Be there. We can't wait to see you guys. Yeah. Sweet.
All right. Hey, Nate, I got something for you.
Yeah.
We are going to play a game.
Really?
Yep.
What's the game?
So the game is we have these sheets of paper here that have phrases on it, and we're just going to try work it into the sentence, and then and we're going to have the person who's not speaking guess what that phrase is.
Okay.
So
okay.
What you're going to do, you're going to take that
piece of paper. I can't
show the camera.
Okay.
And then
okay, but do you get to see me show the camera or no?
No, I don't get to
okay.
see it.
All right. And then you have to guess the word that I tried to sneak in, or is it just me trying to sneak it in to make it feel weird?
You try to sneak it in and make it feel natural.
Natural.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I got it. All right. Baco, look away. Let's see what we got.
Trying to focus it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty. Okay. So, Baco, the other day I was at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love seafood. I love seafood so much.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was like a buffet. It had lobster. It had shrimp. It had popcorn shrimp. It had every single type of seafood that you could think of. Especially my favorite, the popcorn shrimp.
Okay. Is your phrase "I love seafood"?
No.
Is your phrase "popcorn shrimp"?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I wasn't very sneaky. That was just a taste of the words I'm gonna sneak into this conversation.
All right,
Baco.
my turn. All right. Nate.
I didn't see it. I thought you were done.
Wait, hold on.
All right. He's changing it up.
All right.
Okay.
Let me look at it again.
Okay. Don't show me.
Okay, Nate. I was working at Menards this past week because that's my job.
Okay.
And I was just at the service desk helping customers, and they bring in whatever because since it's like a home supply store / outdoor store. The one customer brought in concrete.
Okay.
Because he was fixing his mailbox.
Okay.
Because he had to pour concrete in before putting
into the mailbox.
And not into the mailbox, but so you can put your posts in, and it's has a stable foundation to it.
Yeah.
So
in the middle of winter.
In the middle of winter. So he came in. He tried to pick up the concrete, and then it spilt on the ground. And then I had a bunch of customers stepping in it.
Okay.
So, I had to clean up the mess.
Is the word concrete?
No.
Is it spilled concrete?
Nope.
Is it wet concrete?
Mm-mm.
Is it mailbox?
Nope.
Mailbox concrete?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Does it have to do with concrete?
It's, I guess.
Solid concrete.
Mm-mm.
All right, what is it?
The words or phrase step in it.
Oh, see, that one's a good one. That one's it's normal. It's not weird at all. Like popcorn shrimp.
Yeah,
all
but
right.
You said at the end of your
all right, close your eyes, Baco.
Okay.
Close your eyes. Let's see what we got for our next one. Oh, wow.
Is it tough?
Might be. All right. So, Baco.
Mm-hmm.
Baco. Okay. Mm-hmm. You know World War II, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that, do you ever think there were any anthills in World War II?
Anthills?
Yeah.
Like ants?
Like ants, like the thing they live in.
Well, World War II is based in Europe.
So you think they're
mainly.
okay? But
Well, I
anyway,
guess, parts of North Africa. Yeah.
Move in.
I say yes.
Okay. All right. Do you ever think there have been ants at war? Do you ever
Ants
think
at war?
Yeah. Do you ever think if like you see ants have a war with each other?
Yeah. Different fractions. They come up to each other and they're like, you don't smell like one of ours, so they just like attack them. Yeah.
So apparently ants are at war. I mean, I don't think so personally. I think that ants are very peaceful creatures, very peaceful bugs. But yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think the word was?
Do you know about World War II or something?
Nope.
No. Is it anthill?
No.
It does it have to do anything with ants?
Yes, I'll say it has to do with ants.
Oh my god. It's a phrase, right?
Yep.
How many words in it?
3.
3 words. Ants at war.
Yes,
Okay.
ants at war. Jeez, Baco, you are good at this. That's Baco. 2 for 2. I am 0 for 1. All right, Baco.
All right. Let me look at this. Oh, this is going to be really hard.
Oh, of
Okay,
course
don't
it is.
look.
All right. Of course it's going to be hard. Why wouldn't it be hard for me?
All right. All right, you can open your eyes.
Okay. All right. Let's try and do this as quickly as possible. We got 2 minutes
English
left
class. We learn about words. We learn about poems. We learn about like onomatopoeia is like.
Onomatopoeia is the word.
Nope.
Ah.
We learn about alliteration and stuff.
Alliteration's the word.
Nope.
Oh, jeez.
It's a
I'm
phrase.
terrible
This
at
is
this
a phrase.
game.
Like,
It's a phrase.
if you guys don't know what alliteration is, it's like you say like words in a row that have like the same beginning.
Okay.
So, alligator. No, that was not a good one.
Alligator alleys.
Pipe of pickle pepper. Yeah, that's an alliteration. There's a flip flop flap. That's a.
Is it flip flop flap?
Yes.
Yeah. 1 for 2. All right.
Flap flop. But
Okay.
I could
All right, Baco, close your eyes quickly. We got a minute.
All right,
we got a minute.
All right, go ahead.
All right. All right,
go
Baco.
ahead.
All right. What do you call a group of moose?
Meese.
Moose. You sure about that?
Mice.
You sure about that?
Mice.
Are you absolutely sure?
Moose. It's moose.
Okay, I am absolutely terrible at this game. Baco is amazing. We are going to wrap it up here for the pre-show. We hope that you guys have an amazing night with us here at Redeemer Youth, and we'll see you in about 30 seconds.
All right, invest in Bitcoin. It's going to explode.
In Bitcoin?
I'm not a stock advisor, but invest in Bitcoin.
Oh,
and if
my
you do
God.
lose money, I am not liable. So,
All right, guys. And also, one last thing. Come to the Blow Up Bash, February 12th at 7 p.m. Be there. We can't wait to see you guys.
yeah. All right, bye.
Michael, are we here? Are we going? Are we live? Welcome to Redeemer Youth, everybody! Come have a seat. Oh my! Oh my! Sabaco's here. Oh, welcome everybody! I'm super excited you guys are here.
You guys had a great week.
Good. Okay. Yes. Thumbs up, thumbs down in the chat. Thumbs up, thumbs down. How was your week? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm seeing a lot of thumbs down. This is upsetting to me. Okay, we're about to make your this weeks into this weeks. Okay, this is gonna happen tonight. So we're gonna change this. We're gonna turn this thing around. If we haven't met before, my name is Brian.
I'm Baco.
I'm Mackenzie.
And we are your MCs for tonight. We're gonna kick off the night with a little bit of a game that maybe you've played before, but maybe not like this. We're going to play a little game called Pictionary. but we're actually going to go with Bacon Pictionary. All right, so this is how it's going to work. We're going to split the room in half. If you are online, you are on Mackenzie's team.
Yes.
Okay? So you are going to have to try to guess the word. You are going to have to try to guess the word. But I will be drawing the word with bacon. Hence Bacon Pictionary. Look at this thing. All right, so we're going to play Bacon Pictionary. Baco, once he hears you guys shout out words, he will try to guess your words. Mackenzie, same thing here. Whichever side wins that round, you're going to get a handful of candies thrown at you in your general area, okay? Make sense? You guys get this? We got a couple rounds of this. Let's make this thing happen. Okay, I've got my word list here. I'm not going to show any of these guys what it is, though. All right, our first word. Okay, this is an easy one. This is an easy one. We can do this. Are you guys ready? One person is ready. All right, Baco, are you ready?
Yes.
Mackenzie, are you ready?
Of course.
All right, let's try it one more time. Are you guys ready to play Bacon Pictionary? Yeah! Okay, that's better. Here we go. Okay, our first word. Let's make your guesses.
Bacon.
Not bacon.
Harry Potter.
Not Harry Potter.
A window. A house.
Not a window.
A flag.
You guys have to guess. Flag.
Not a flag.
Is it an ocean?
Pine?
Triangle.
It's not pie.
Letter pie?
Minnesota! It's Minnesota. Look at that. That was legit. Now it's Minnesota. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, I'm going to clear the board. McKay, you got to come grab the candies and chuck them to your team.
Oh, I'm
All right, I'm going to put my bacon away. I got to look at our next
You guys
word.
ready? I'm not a lefty.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is a good one. You threw one piece out? Oh, no. Okay, I see. I'm not a lefty, she says. All right. You guys ready? Oh, you ready for word number 2? Here we go. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing this. Here we go.
Line.
I don't know if I can do this.
Harry
Circle.
Potter.
Sun.
A person.
A head.
A head. The
Number
number
9.
9.
Glasses.
Not any of those yet.
Smiley face.
Not a smiley face.
Emoji.
It's
100.
Kristen.
Not Christian. No,
Oh.
Christian, it is not you.
Brian.
Ryan. Is it me?
Lego.
Like go.
Wait a minute.
A girl.
Maybe this will be better.
SpongeBob.
bunny?
No, it's none of those things.
SpongeBob.
yet. What?
SpongeBob.
No, it's not SpongeBob.
A hammock? Brian. It's Brian.
It is not me.
Who?
A
A
frog.
frog?
A frog. I heard it from Baco
Oh.
first.
No, we said it at the same time.
It was a frog. Nicely done. Look at my bacon frog. Is that gross or what? Okay, here we go. We're gonna delete that. Get that out of here. Okay. This is a good one. All right, next word. All right, Team Mackenzie, are you ready?
Yes.
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 Team Baco, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's our next word.
Oh boy.
How do I want to start this? I'm going to start here.
Line.
Harry Potter.
Not line, not Harry Potter.
A jacket.
It is not a jackal or a jacket. See if I can just.
101. A tree.
Not a
face.
tree.
What?
Not a tree.
A pothole.
Pothole.
Tom Brady.
Not Tom Brady.
A person.
A football.
No.
New York City.
Not New York City.
A hut.
A what?
A hut.
Like
A
Jabba
cat.
the Hutt? No,
A dog.
to all of it.
A dog. A dog. A cat.
Not a dog.
Pig.
What?
Pig. Pig.
Not a pig.
A king. King.
Is it a cake?
A king? Not a king.
Unicorn.
Royalty.
Oh no, it broke.
Castle.
Castle?
Not tassel. What?
Unicorn.
Castle.
Castle? No, not a
narwhal?
castle.
Is it a normal?
A queen.
A queen! Yeah!
I said
It's a
what?
queen! Oh no, my bacon's falling.
Oh, that's a crown.
It's a queen! Yeah, like it's a crown. You get it now?
Got it.
This is so gross. It smells delicious though. All right. Bacon Pictionary. We're gonna keep going. What do we
We're
got?
still going.
We've got a couple more words left. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
We're gonna win this one.
Round 4. This is going to be a fast one. I believe in you. I believe in you. All right.
Is it a pig?
Team Baco, you ready?
Is it bacon?
What?
Team Mackenzie, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Rome. A castle.
Line.
Harry
bacon.
Potter.
Not a Harry Potter. It's not a castle.
house.
I can't hear you.
Triangle.
Not a triangle.
A tree.
It's not a tree.
Broom. A broom.
A unibrow?
Volcano.
Volcano.
Volcano! You like it? Volcano. Baco didn't say it. Mackenzie said it. Volcano. You got your things. You got it. Look at my volcano.
Anyone else hear me? I said volcano.
I don't think you
No
did.
one?
I'm sorry, I can't throw.
I didn't hear it, Baco. You gotta speak up. All right.
I'm sorry, you can come get it if you
All right. We've got 2 more. Okay. We've got 2 more.
Are we tied?
2
I think
more.
we're tied.
It's tied. It's 2-2. It's 2-2. 2-2. I got it. Okay. Here we go. Let the artist work. Okay. Here we go.
Harry Potter.
A line. Bacon.
Not Harry Potter.
Is it Mackenzie? Me?
Not a heart.
heart?
It is not Mackenzie.
Why is Nate yelling?
A human heart.
A head.
It is not a head.
A flower.
A flower.
Not a flower.
Kangaroo.
Plant.
Chicken.
Not a plant. Not a kangaroo. Not a chicken.
A banana. An
Cactus.
unpeeled banana.
Not a cactus. It is not a peeled
human
banana.
hand. A hand.
It's not a hand.
Cactus.
It's not a cactus.
ship.
Fire.
A ship. Not a ship.
Fire.
A leaf.
Fire! It's a fire! Look at my fire. Look at my flames. I was gonna make a log down at the bottom. Look at that. Ugh, it's so gross. Okay. All right, last one. This one. The winner of this one gets the remaining bag of, I'm not sure what these treats are, but you get the rest of the bag, okay? All right, our final round of Bacon Pictionary. Let's go. Okay. I don't even know how I'm going to approach this one. Okay, let's go.
Is it Harry
A
Potter?
line.
It's not Harry Potter.
Bacon.
Hogwarts.
The Eiffel
It's
Tower.
not Hogwarts. It's not the Eiffel Tower.
Power
Chair. Chair.
Chair.
Not a chair.
Sofa. Couch.
Not a sofa
The
or
letter
couch.
A tower.
I'm going to do
Golden Gate
that.
Bridge.
The letter H.
You know what?
Golden
I'm going to
Gate
go like
Bridge.
this. I'm going to go like this. No,
A
it's not the
ladder.
Golden Gate Bridge. It's not the ladder.
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 No.
Window.
Window. A church.
Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings.
Not Lord of the Rings. Not a
A
church.
house.
Not a house.
George
A
Lucas.
castle. Batman.
I said Eiffel Tower.
No,
Brian's
not Batman.
house.
Not the Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower.
No, not the Eiffel Tower.
Buckingham Palace.
An easel.
Not an easel.
A truck. A train.
Train.
Not a
A
train.
track. A tractor.
It's a
I don't know
person.
what you're saying.
A lonely person. The Mona Lisa.
Bob Ross.
It's the Mona
It's not
Lisa.
Bob Ross. It's not the Mona Lisa.
Roller
Roller
coaster.
coaster.
Not a roller coaster.
Valley Fair. Spider-Man. Batman.
Not Batman. No, none of those.
Hear you? I don't know what you're saying.
A guy on top of a train.
Not a guy on top of a train. No, not a train.
It's a person sitting in a chair.
It's a. What?
Close. You're close. They're not eating anything. No.
It's a person.
You have to tell me who
Watching
this
the
person
movies.
is.
A person watching
Baco.
TV.
No.
A person watching
Person
anime.
watching TV. It's Brian. It's Brian.
It's
No,
Brian.
no, it's not Brian.
Brian doing Bacon Pictionary.
It's Baco. Sitting outside.
No. Yeah, I mean, they are sitting outside.
Sitting outside on a sunny day.
But who? And it's certainly not a sunny day. Who is this?
Brian sitting. Baco sitting outside on a sunny
It's
day.
Jesus.
Brian sitting outside on a sunny
I
day.
don't know how to make an
Jesus.
arrow here.
Nate sitting
Nate.
outside on a sunny day.
It's
The
the church.
church.
I'm gonna erase this. This was a failure of whatever this drawing was up here. Okay. No, it's not the church. Who is this guy? On a
Brian.
chair.
Baco. Jesus.
God.
Nope.
On a chair.
It's him.
Love?
Who is this guy?
The Holy Spirit. Jesus.
God.
It's not God.
Jesus.
The Messiah.
Not a kid. Not
Santa
a leprechaun.
Claus.
Oh, it's one of the disciples.
Is it Peter?
Kevin Bacon.
Is it John?
Good
Is
guess.
It Luke?
It's not Kevin Bacon. What?
Is it John?
It is
Luke?
not John. This is a
it
mitten.
Peter?
This is. Oh, well, it was a
Is
mitten.
it Santa Claus?
This was a mitten.
There was a mitten.
It was a mitten. Is it Jack Frost?
What?
Frosty. The snowman.
Not Frosty. No, who's this guy?
Is it Jack Frost?
I don't know who that
I'll
is.
give you a
Singing
hint.
in the snow. A snowman.
An elf.
Older than 70.
Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
Not Santa Claus.
Jesus.
Jack Frost.
I'll give you a hint. You've been seeing this guy on your social media for at least 2 weeks.
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders! It was so good! Now that you see it, you can't unsee it. It's Bernie Sanders. Oh my. All right.
What's with the hat?
Well, it wasn't that. It was just a big head.
Just his head.
It was just a head. All right, you guys get the remainder of this stuff, so check that out. I'm going to take care of this.
Can't throw it.
Hey, thank you guys for playing Bacon Pictionary. We had fun. It's in the stage. Michael, I'll take care of that. I apologize. Okay.
I'm not throwing it. I'm not throwing it.
All right. All right, we got a couple headlines for you guys, a couple announcements. So, Baco, start us with the first one.
All right. Next week, we do not have a wall. But there is a Super Bowl happening, and you guys can hang out with your friends or, I don't know, whatever you do on
I don't think
Super Bowl
anyone is
weekend.
listening to what's happening right now. Hey, we're
Hey,
not
it's
here
Tom
next
Brady.
week. It's the Super Bowl. Go be at the Super Bowl. Well, watch the Super Bowl. We're off for a week. All right.
Yes.
Okay, these candies are going all over the place. I like it. There we go. All right, Mackenzie, what is our second announcement?
Our second announcement is it? I don't even know what it is. We're having a middle school blowout bash on Friday, February 12th, and you should be there. It's gonna be, if you're in middle school, no one's paying attention to me. If you're in middle school, we're having a 2-hour party on February 12th. It's gonna be so much fun, and I want to see you all there.
It's happening. So for everybody who missed all of that, there is no Redeemer Youth next week. It's the Super Bowl, so stay home and enjoy the Super Bowl. And then the middle school blowout bash is coming up in just a couple weeks. 2 weeks, actually. Friday, February 12th. We're going back in time for the February 12th. So middle schoolers, we would love for you to be there. Invite your friends. It's 2 hours of the most fun you'll have all winter long. So we'd love for you guys to be there. And then I have my own announcement for you. Some of you have maybe heard this if you keep up with any of the big church rumblings of Redeemer, of what's going on. So maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but I have been the youth director here at Redeemer for a little over 12 years. I've been doing youth ministry for much longer than that. And I have officially accepted a new position here at Redeemer as the executive director. So I'm really excited about that, but it also means that there's going to be some change, some transition here. Okay, you guys can clap. That's cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah, okay. And so what I want to let you guys know that in the upcoming weeks, you will probably be seeing maybe a little bit less of me and maybe be seeing some different people around here because we are looking for our next youth director. Somebody who can continue to lead and guide this whole gathering on Sunday nights. And so you guys still have all of your volunteer, you guys still have everybody that you know. So it's not really that big of a deal. I'll still be around. But what I would really love from you guys as our students are two things. One, I would love your prayers. And I don't ask for you guys to pray for me, ever. But I would really love if you would pray for me and for Redeemer Youth, that we are in a process of finding the person that God is calling to be the next youth director here, and the more prayer that we can get, the better. I would love, love, love your prayers. And then the second thing that I would really love from you guys is as we begin to transition, as I begin to transition to a different role, as we have a new youth director come in, what I know to be true is that my role as the youth director has very little to do with the actual culture that we have here together. That what happens here, it really is because of you and what you guys bring to the table. How you show up week in, week out, the attitude you bring, the way that you build into what happens here. And so what I want to ask you guys to do, the second thing, is that whoever it is that comes in next, I want to encourage you to be gracious with them and to lead them, because that's what you guys do. To be led by them and to lead them well, because what you guys have created here is amazing. And I know that there are more middle schoolers, there are more high schoolers who are in need of communities like this. And so I would love for you guys to continue to build this up as we move into the next months and into the next year ahead. So with that, I would love you guys' prayer, would love for you guys to be doing that. But we have a series that we need to be wrapping up tonight. We've been going through the book of Ruth, and the series is called The Best Is Yet to Come, because with Jesus, the best really truly is yet to come. So with that, let's give it up for Nate as he's going to give us our final message going through the last chapter of Ruth. Let's give it up for Nate.
Alrighty. Here I am. So, I don't know about you guys, but I have a craving for bacon all of a sudden. I don't know where it came from. Oh, please stay. But I have a craving for bacon, and it's just absolutely amazing bacon. I don't know if you've never had it, absolutely amazing. Try it on a cheeseburger, try it with eggs, whatever you want to do. But try bacon. But that has nothing to do with what is going to be happening here tonight. Now, when I was in high school, which was a long, long time ago, I was a three-sport athlete. I played football in the fall. Didn't play swimming. I swam in the winter, and then I ran track in the spring. So I was full on sports. I was on different teams, no matter what season it was. Sports was my life at the time. But this particular story has to do with my swimming. So it happens in the winter from November to about March, and swimming was not my favorite sport, but my best sport. So it was the one I was the most talented at, and my freshman year, so I was on the swim team from 7th grade to 12th grade. So my freshman year, I was junior varsity / varsity swimmer. And so I swam both JV and varsity. Man, I can't speak today. So I swam both. But in order to go to certain competitions, there's 3 competitions in swimming. There's JV Champs, which is the end of the year competition for all JV swimmers. There's Sections, which is for varsity, which brings a bunch of schools around the area together. And then there's State, which is the best swimmers from across the state. So on my team, in order to go to Sections, which was the varsity competition, you had to have a certain time. It could be in any event. There's, I think, 13 events in swimming, maybe more. You had to have a certain time in an event to even be eligible to go to Sections. So somewhere in my freshman year, I had a section time. I had a time that made me eligible to swim an event at Sections. I could be a part of that varsity team. I had reached the standard that was needed to make that team, to be a part of that team. Come to find out, though, February, I've been training for 3 months now. A long time in the pool, thousands and thousands and thousands of yards. I made that time. I was eligible, but come to find out, I wasn't going to Sections. I had the time, but I wasn't going to Sections, and that's because there were some faster people on the team who had a better shot at Sections, at placing at Sections. So even though I met all the requirements, every single thing I needed was there, I was rejected. And it was a pretty bad feeling. Rejection in my opinion, is one of the worst things that a person can feel. And, I mean, who wants to feel unwanted, unneeded? Nobody ever. I mean, nobody in their right mind wants to feel that. Rejection strikes us right at the core, right at the heart of our very being. And it can have a very long and lasting impression on us and our lives. Over the last 4 weeks, we've been going through this story of Ruth and Naomi. And today we get to finish that story. We get to see where God is taking Ruth and Naomi in their lives, the purpose they have for their lives. We get to see that anticipation that has been building and building where we left off last week. We get to see where that goes. Will it be fulfilled? And that brings us to the starting point of our story. So now, remember, we left off last week at Boaz and Ruth at the threshing floor. And Ruth was laying at Boaz's feet, and they had this whole conversation, and Boaz says, we're going to wait until morning, and I'm going to go talk to your relative to see if he will redeem you. So now we're fast forward to that morning. So it's the next morning, and Boaz is at the town gate. Now the town gate at this time was the area where people met. It was similar to the activity center. It's where people met to talk, and there was a bunch of people around to witness certain agreements that were happening, whatever it may be. So Boaz is at this town gate, and he's talking with this relative of Ruth and Naomi's, the one who is first in line to redeem them, to take care of them. And this is Boaz talking. Also, if you want, you have all that Bible verse sheet on your chair. This is where we're going to follow along. Otherwise, on the screen, if you guys want to turn to Ruth chapter 4, verse 4. And this is Boaz talking. I thought I should speak to you about it so that you can redeem it if you wish. Now, he's talking about Naomi and Ruth and the land that they own. If you want the land, then buy it here in the presence of these witnesses, the other people around at the town gate. But if you don't want it, let me know right away, because I am next in line to redeem it after you. The man replied, all right, I'll redeem it. But then Boaz kind of slides something in last second. Then Boaz told him, of course, your purchase of the land from Naomi also requires you to marry Ruth, the Moabite widow. That way she can have children who will carry on her husband's name and keep the land in the family. So Boaz kind of slides this last little agreement to this deal that's happening. But then the relative, the family redeemer, then one of the first people who can redeem Naomi and Ruth says this, then I can't redeem it, because this might endanger my own estate. You redeem the land, I cannot do it. It is here in our story that rejection shows its ugly face. Think about all that Ruth and Naomi have been going through. They've gone from losing their family. Naomi's lost her husband, like Brian talked about at the beginning of our series. Ruth lost her husband, who is Naomi's son. They've lost their family. Devastating blow, devastating tragedy. And then they go back to Israel and Judah, Naomi's homeland. And there they are so desperate that they are literally picking up leftovers off the ground so they can eat. And then they get this anticipation building of what's to come, because Ruth and Boaz have had this conversation and that they're going to get redeemed by this relative. So this anticipation is building on what's to happen. They're no longer going to be desperate. But then, the first relative that can do it says no. What a slap in the face. A punch to the gut. I can't imagine what they're feeling. I can't imagine it. With me, it was, I didn't make the team. For you, it might be you were rejected by a girlfriend, by a boyfriend, maybe a best friend, maybe even a parent, a mom, a dad. I describe it this way. This is just a little basketball. It's for a little toy basketball hoop. I imagine the feeling that Ruth and Naomi were feeling and that I felt when I didn't make the section team was all the air, all that anticipation, all the things that I had been waiting for was deflated. That I had no purpose. I mean, this basketball, its one purpose is to bounce. But when it feels deflated, it doesn't bounce like it's supposed to. It doesn't bounce high back up into my hand. It just lays there on the ground. It doesn't have a purpose. And that's what we can feel about ourselves. I thought I was done. I thought it was pointless to swim anymore. All that anticipation, all that hard work that I had been working for 3 months was gone. I was knocked out on the mat with no air to breathe. Ruth and Naomi had to be feeling something similar. But let's continue. Let's see what happens. The relatives said no. So what happens in the story now? So to give a little bit of context, because this is a long story, remember that Boaz said that he is next in line to redeem them. So the relatives said no. He's rejected them. But then Boaz steps in. And this is what happens. So Boaz took Ruth into his home. This is verse 13. And she became his wife. And when he slept with her, the Lord enabled her to become pregnant, and she gave birth to a son. Then the woman of the town said to Naomi, "Praise the Lord who has provided a son for you, a redeemer for your family. May this child be famous in Israel. May he restore your youth and care for you in your old age. For he's the son of your daughter-in-law, who loves you and has been better to you than 7 sons." Naomi then took the baby, cuddled him, and she cared for him as if he were her own. The neighbor woman said, "Now at last Naomi has a son again." They named him Obed. He became the father of Jesse and the grandfather of David. Wow. Just wow. Naomi and Ruth have gone through so much. Remember, they lost their family. They were so desperate that they were picking up food off the ground. And then they had that anticipation building of what's to come. Is this relative going to redeem them? But then the relative rejects them. But then Boaz strides in. And he takes Ruth as his wife. And they have a son. He fulfills that anticipation. Ruth and Naomi have now moved from rejection to redemption. To glory, to happiness, to purpose. They have had a purpose. Now, for those of you, there's a little tidbit that's in this, and it reveals our purpose of Ruth and what one of her life's purposes are, or was. It says, "And then they named him Obed, and he became the father of Jesse and the grandfather of David." Now, the David they're talking about is King David, the most famous king of Israel, which numerous things are written about in our Bibles. But as we come to find out in the Gospel of Matthew, David is the great grandfather of Jesus. So it is through Ruth that Jesus comes from. Ruth is Jesus' great, as many greats as you can think of. I don't know it off the top of my head. Grandmother of Jesus. Ruth has gone from this Moabite widow who had very little, to losing her son, or her husband, and her father-in-law, to going with Naomi back to Israel, and have been so hungry, so desperate to eat those leftovers off the ground, to the anticipation, to rejection, and now she's entered redemption. She has fulfilled one of her life's purposes, or one of God's purposes for her life, which is to bring about Obed, which then leads to King Jesse, and then King David, and eventually to Jesus. This is a perfect example of how God redeems us. He takes us from our worst areas of our life, and he redeems us. It shows to us that you are never too far to be used by God. You are never too far. You are never too far to be redeemed. I mean, when I think about it, I think about my own story, and a lot of you guys, people in our history, people in our future. When I think about it all, Jesus goes the distance for every single one of us. He goes that extra mile. He doesn't rest until things are settled. I mean, when I think about it, remember Boaz said, or Naomi said to Ruth about Boaz, that he will not rest until he has settled everything. Jesus is the same way. He will not rest until you are redeemed, until everything is settled. He will meet you wherever you are. Think about that. Wherever you are, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what you've done, no matter what's happened to you, think about that, every single one of our lives. He's gone the distance. He meets us in every single one of those. Maybe it was a rejection, like Ruth. Rejected by the one of the first people who can help you. Maybe a mom, a dad, didn't want you. Girlfriend, boyfriend. Jesus was there. He is there with you, wanting to redeem you. Maybe it's a mistake you keep making over and over and over again, day after day after day. Jesus is there, waiting to redeem you, waiting to take you from rejection to redemption. He's gone through everything to be there for you. A brutal, brutal death on the cross. And then overcame that death 3 days later. All because of love. He loves you that much. He wants to redeem you that much. He wants to take you from every single tragedy, every single desperate situation, every rejection. He wants to take and redeem you. All because of love. And when he does that, something special happens. And I want to invite you into that. I want to invite you to take that step if you haven't taken that step yet. I want you to reach up and grab his hand. Remember, rejection can sometimes feel like all the air has gone out of us, that we're deflated, that we have no purpose. And those are the lies we can tend to believe about ourselves. But with Jesus, when he enters the picture, or we realize he's there, something special happens. It's almost like a fresh breath of air that fills us. We feel like we have a purpose, that there's something worth living our lives for, that God is going to use us for something special, to accomplish something. Like Ruth, remember, he used Ruth and took her from that desperate situation, and yet Jesus is brought through Ruth. That's absolutely amazing. And when we accept that Jesus has a plan, that he's died for us, that he's there for us, when we accept his hand, his grace, his love, We acknowledge, we accept that we have a purpose bigger that we can understand than we can understand. A purpose that's bigger than anything that we can think of. We know that whatever's going on in our life, that Jesus is there, that we have a purpose, and that God's going to use us to accomplish whatever he would like for our lives. And maybe you can't see it like Ruth. I mean, Ruth was the great, like hundreds of years before Jesus. So she probably couldn't see it right away. But the amazing thing about God is that it still comes through. That purpose still comes through. That purpose is still fulfilled. That anticipation that we talked about last week is still going to be fulfilled. All you got to do is reach up and grab his hand. He will help you get off the mat. He will inflate you, give you a fresh breath of air, help you see your purpose. Only one, because there's multiple, he'll help you see every single one of your purposes, because there is more than one. You just have to accept that. So I want to invite some of you guys, whether you're online or here with us in person, to accept that invitation. Or maybe you're like me and you just need a little bit reminder that it's okay to let Jesus help. That he's there to support you, to remind you of your purpose every single day, to fill you with that air. To help you understand that even though you don't see it right away, that something big is going to happen with your life, that God is going to use you, that he has a purpose for you, to trust him. That even though that you were rejected, that doesn't matter to him. He wants to redeem you. Maybe you need that reminder. Maybe you need that reminder that faith is not just a one-time deal and then it's over, but a lifelong journey. Maybe you need to take that first step. But no matter what, you are never too far from redemption. Never too far. Never too far. Here at Redeemer Youth, we have this light board. And there's a spot for a light bulb. Or there's a bunch of spots for a light bulb. So I encourage you, if you want to take that first step, to get off the mat, to accept Jesus' hand, to help, so he can help you up, to give you a purpose, to fill you with that air. Come talk to me, go talk to Brian, go talk to one of your leaders. If you're online, let us know. Put it in the chat. Otherwise, you can email me at n.hendrickson@redeemermn.org. We want to hear about it. And when you make that decision, we'd love to go through it with you. We'll give you a light bulb. Then you can go screw that light bulb into one of those spots. And that light bulb signifies that you are now the light of the world. That you know that there's a purpose for your life, that Jesus has a purpose for your life, that he's redeemed you for that purpose, all because he loves you. I invite you into that. Don't feel like you have to, though. Don't feel like you need to do it right away. If you want to talk with one of your leaders, you want to talk with your parents, that's okay. But don't miss out on it. Because it's the greatest decision that you will ever make, to know that you have a God-given purpose. And you can live that out, all because Jesus went the distance. He loved you that much. He wanted to redeem you that much. So if you want to bow your heads in prayer, we're going to move into a time of worship. And just think to yourself, Lord, do I need a reminder that you redeem me every single day? That this is a lifelong journey? That I need a reminder of my purpose every single day? Or maybe you just need to take that first step to get off the mat with Jesus. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this opportunity that we get to come and worship you, the God of the universe, the God who created every single thing, down to the smallest part. And you had a plan for that. Lord, you are the God that moves us from tragedy to destiny, from desperate to hope, from audacious to anticipation, and rejection to redemption. You are the amazing God that does that. Thank you, Lord. Help us. Speak into us here tonight. Remind us of all that you did for us, for the purposes that you have for our lives. And if we need to take that first step, Lord, give us the courage to do that. You are the wise, all-knowing Lord. And we trust in you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your love has ravished my heart and taken me over, taken me over. And all I want is to be with you forever, with you forever. So pull me a little closer, take me a little deeper. I wanna know your heart, I wanna know your heart. 'Cause your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart, I wanna know your heart. Your love has ravished my heart and taken me over, taken me over. And all I want is to be with you forever, with you forever. So pull me a little closer, take me a little deeper. I wanna know your heart, I wanna know your heart. 'Cause your love is so much sweeter than anything I've tasted. I wanna know your heart, I wanna know your heart. So pull me a little closer, closer. Take me a little deeper. I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. 'Cause your love is so much stronger than anything I've faced. And I wanna know your heart. I wanna know your heart. All these pieces, broken and scattered, in mercy gathered, mended and whole. Empty-handed, but not forsaken. I've been set free. I've been set free. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh, I can see it now. Oh, I can see the love in your eyes, laying yourself down, raising up the broken to life. You take our failures, you take our weakness, you set your treasure in jars of clay. So take this heart, Lord, I'll be your vessel, the world to see your life in me. Oh, amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. Oh, myself down, raising up the broken to life. Who is Lord but our Lord? Who is God, only God? You are the highest. You are most good. Matchless is your love. Our praise will rise above. Your peace like a river floods over us. Our hearts are restless until they find rest in you. Our hearts are restless until they find rest in you. This is where my hope lies. This is where my soul sighs, and I will always find my rest in you. So full of mercy, beauty and mystery. You are most hidden, but always with us. Our hearts are restless until they find rest in you. Our hearts are restless until they find rest in you. This is where my hope lies. This is where my soul sighs, and I will always find my rest in you. Oh, this is where my hope lies. This is where my soul sighs, and I will always find my rest in you. You cannot change, yet you change everything. You cannot change, yet you change everything. You cannot change, yet you change
Jesus, I'm just so thankful for who you are. God, I'm so thankful that even in the moments where I feel least loved, I know that I am loved by you. And God, in those moments where I feel least wanted, I know that I am wanted by you. And God, in the seasons where I'm feeling rejected and alone, I know that you accept me with open arms. With all my hurts, with all my thoughts, with all my brokenness. And you receive me as I am. And you redeem me to something greater. God, it is so true, and you have proved it over and over again that with you, the best truly is yet to come. God, I declare that over us today. That wherever we may be, whatever we may be going through, whatever thoughts may be going through our heads, or the season we may be believing that we're in, that we can come to you, Jesus. And you take our hand, you meet us right where we're at, and you do what only you can do. You gently move us forward. So Jesus, tonight we say, here we are. You change everything. Amen. I hope that each of you guys would take something from this conversation we've been having over the last 4 weeks, walking through a book in the Old Testament of all places, but a story of a girl named Ruth, and how Jesus could take this girl who believed so little about herself and use her to be the great grandmother of Jesus. And that if God can do that with a nobody like Ruth, what can he do with you? High schoolers, immediately after this, you have a chance to go to your growth groups and take the conversation that we heard here today and go a little bit deeper, make it a little bit more personal, and reflect on the things that you heard tonight. And middle schoolers, I encourage you to take what you heard here tonight and to spend time with God this week. Maybe you want to read through the book of Ruth. Maybe you just want to take some time in prayer and listen to the voice of God in your life.
What Brian said was just absolutely correct. And what we've been singing about is that he changes everything. He changed Ruth's life and brought Jesus out of it. So what you said was true. If he can do that with Ruth, and I believe it with my core being, that he can do the same, if not more, with you. So let's declare that. And we do that here at Redeemer Youth with this thing called the step. To declare that a walk with Jesus is not just one step, but a bunch, a lifelong journey. So if you want to stand with me and say with me, we're going to take our step. Each week, we take a step to signify our continuing walk with Jesus Christ. 3, 2, 1, step.
High schoolers, have a good growth group. Middle schoolers, stick around for the after party.
Thank you for joining us at Redeemer Youth. Here are 3 questions to help you take in the message you just heard and go a little bit deeper. Question number 1. What has it felt like for you to be rejected? What did that make you feel about yourself? Question number 2. If God can use a story like Ruth and make it a blessing to the whole world, how might he use yours? Question number 3. Who do you know in your own life that needs to know that with Jesus, the best is yet to come? And then how is God calling you to invite them into that story?
Again, thank you for joining us here at Redeemer Youth, and we want to encourage you to keep taking those steps in your faith journey.